Bourbon County residents are cleaning up days after major flooding on Stoner Creek.
Rounds of showers and thunderstorms gearing back up for the Bluegrass State. We'll track the potential just ahead.
It's the season for road work. We'll tell you about road closures and projects to watch out for.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4:30.
Good afternoon. Sam, Dick, and Amber Philpott reporting. Many parts of the Bluegrass do not need any more rain as people work to clean up from last week's flooding.
In Bourbon County, one family is cleaning up after their home was flooded after Stoner Creek rose above flood stage. WKYT's Mike Linden has the details in our top story at 4:30.
Following torrential rain Friday afternoon, Stoner Creek in Bourbon County rose above major flood stage and in the process caused major damage. In just under 12 hours, Stoner Creek rose from 17 feet to just over 27 feet on Friday. That's about 2 feet over the creek's major flood stage. Garrett City Park sits along the bank of the creek, and the flood left damage behind. Ori Williams' home was flooded Friday afternoon. He's seen floods along the creek before, but never like this.
We never expected it to actually get into the house. Last time we heard it was level with the foundation, so we didn't think it'd be that bad, but apparently it got up a lot higher. It's like 3 feet in the house.
Williams says he's already looking for a new place for him and his family to live, ideally not anywhere close to a river or creek. In Bourbon County, Mike Linden, WKYT.
And right now, Stoner Creek continues to recede this afternoon. Well, we could certainly use a few days to dry out from the flooding, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen.
And we have a chance for storms each day this week. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. Chris, how about it?
Yeah, you're exactly right, guys. Coming at us in waves. We had those late last week. Hopefully the stuff this week nowhere near what we had Thursday and Friday of last week. Is the potential there? Unfortunately, it is as we especially get deeper into the week. What we're seeing right now to kick off the week on Live First Alert Defender is at least dry conditions for a lot of folks. That is for now. That's going to change up as we go through the evening and then certainly overnight. First round of rain, southern Kentucky. This is an area that can hold a lot more water than areas to the north. You didn't get in on as much rain as what your neighbors to the north around Interstate 64 had a few days ago. Monticello into Wayne County. Here's Lake Cumberland, Somerset, and eventually into London, Corbin, and down into Williamsburg and Whitley City. We'll see the drops beginning to increase. Nothing across the Lexington Metro or most of central Kentucky. Areas that are just absolutely waterlogged right now. Here's the view from our live tower cam looking out across Hamburg Pavilion. Clouds are out there, a little hazy sunshine too. No raindrops in our immediate future. Northern Kentucky, showers, thunderstorms impacting the Reds game right now. Additional rounds of those showers and storms will continue to gear up and work toward the Bluegrass State, so your focus of the forecast is on what else but rounds of thunderstorms that are on the way. Coming up in a little bit, we'll talk about how those rounds of storms may dump additional heavy rains with the hour-by-hour forecast just 10 minutes away.
For the second time in less than 2 weeks, police are investigating a break-in at a Lexington business. Police say that someone smashed their way into the T-Mobile store on Richmond Road near Mount Tabor early this morning. Several items were stolen. The same store was burglarized in a similar way last month. An arson investigation is underway in Lincoln County where a home was destroyed. The home is on Community Center Drive in Houstonville. Firefighters were able to put out the flames about 1 this morning. They sent us these eyewitness pictures from the scene. The home was abandoned, which is one reason investigators think the fire was intentional.
There will be no production at the GE Appliance Park this week following a massive fire. Flames destroyed a building in the Louisville campus Friday. Crews are still battling remnants of that fire. It could take weeks for firefighters to figure out what started that fire. Kentucky U.S. Senator Rand Paul is expected to join the race for the White House tomorrow. The GOP hopeful released a new video overnight. It teases his big announcement. The video features a number of different national news anchors, all touting Senator Paul as someone who breaks the mold. It's a message that will likely match his speech tomorrow in Louisville, where he'll likely become the second Republican to formally announce a presidential run. Well, spring, it means road construction season here in the Bluegrass, and that's causing major traffic issues for drivers.
And that includes blasting along New Circle Road and a bridge demolition on Alexandria Drive. Our Mark Barber has details on how the construction will impact drivers.
Spring has finally arrived, but with it, the start of roadwork season. State Transportation Cabinet officials say spring storms have slowed down their progress a bit, but they say they are still on schedule. Drivers are seeing the brake lights and longer drive times as crews tackle two projects in Lexington's West End. They are widening Leestown Road and New Circle Road from Leestown Road to Versailles Road. This week, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., there will be blasting for the southbound outer loop between Versailles Road and Old Frankfort Pike on New Circle. Drivers are being stopped for 15 minutes at a time. The roadwork doesn't stop once the sun sets. From 10 o'clock tonight until 5 a.m. tomorrow, crews will be pouring the bridge deck for the Old Frankfort Pike Bridge. The on-ramp from Old Frankfort Pike to the outer loop of southbound New Circle will be closed to traffic then. Traffic is already moving slowly, so the Transportation Cabinet is asking drivers to plan ahead.
Look at alternate routes around the city. If there's other routes that you can take to get around that, and just plan for that and be patient.
I'm told crews are on track to reopen 3 lanes in the outer loop of New Circle Road before the Breeders' Cup in October. The Leestown Road project is scheduled to be finished by December. In Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Drivers on Alexandria Drive can also expect to be stopped for 15 minutes at a time between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. until April 19th while crews tear down the New Circle Road Bridge.
Well, the jury in the Boston Marathon bombing trial is hearing closing arguments this afternoon. 21-year-old Johar Tsarnaev is charged with 30 crimes related to the 2013 bombings that killed 3 people. 17 of the counts carry the death penalty. Chris Van Cleve is in Boston with the latest.
For their closing arguments, prosecutors once again showed the graphic images of the Boston Marathon bombing, playing a montage of pictures over a jihadi chant found on Johar Tsarnaev's laptop and iPhone. Prosecutors told jurors the defendant brought terrorism to Boston on a day when the world would be watching, arguing Johar and his brother Tamerlan acted as a team who coordinated their attacks to maximize the terror. That day they felt they were soldiers, prosecutors said. The bombings killed 3 and injured more than 260 others, including 8-year-old Martin Richard, who is seen standing just feet in front of Johar right before the second explosion. Richard's parents and other victims listened as the prosecutors said these children weren't innocent to him. They were American. Of all the places that he could have placed the bomb, he placed it right here. Jurors were also reminded of the manifesto Johar wrote on the sides of the boat where he hid, writing, "Stop killing our people, and we will stop."
The government is seeking the death penalty. Tsarnaev's attorneys acknowledged early on that he did it. Their goal from the start has been to save their client from death row.
The defense team is led by Judy Clark, who specializes in keeping clients, including Unabomber Ted Kaczynski, off death row. Her strategy has been to suggest Tsarnaev fell under the influence of his radicalized older brother Tamerlan. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Boston.
The judge provided the jury with more than 40 pages of instructions on how to consider the charges. Each member of the jury agreed to be open to considering the death penalty. If Tsarnaev is found guilty, then the penalty phase begins. For the first time, cheerleaders are participating in the Special Olympics World Games, and a Lexington team is leading the way.
Our Deanne Stevens is out and about with the Legacy Showcats with the details. Hi, Deanne.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. We are with the Legacy Showcats, where they have a very special performance for us. Mary Farrenball is with us. She's the coach. Mary, you guys are set to go to LA this summer for the World Games, Special Olympics World Games, which is quite an honor.
It is. There will be a total of 170 cheerleaders from all over the country that are coming together to showcase what they can do in cheerleading and also inspire and encourage all the athletes that will be out there. There will be 7,000 athletes from 177 countries coming for the games. It's going to be an amazing experience.
You need help getting there, though. We need help getting our team there.
Absolutely. We've got to raise $27,000. We're doing a bunch of different fundraisers. If anybody wants to donate, they can send a donation here to Legacy, or they can check us out on Showcats Take LA and help with any of our fundraisers.
All right, we're going to let them perform for a minute here. The Legacy Showcats. Legacy Showcats headed to LA for the Special Olympics World Games. You can check them out on Facebook. They are taking donations in order to get the team there, and they want you to be a part of the fun as well. All right, go Legacy Showcats! I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about. Back to you guys.
They work so hard. I hope folks can help them out to get there.
Great opportunity.
Absolutely. Well, some of music's biggest stars are getting ready for college basketball's biggest night, and One Direction ended its tour -1.
Don Champion has your eye on entertainment.
British boy band One Direction wrapped up its international tour in Dubai over the weekend without founding member Zayn Malik.
I think eventually they're just all going to go, and eventually they're going to be called One Direction. There's going to be nobody left.
Fans who flocked to the show say they were disappointed the band lost Malik. He announced last month he was quitting to head in a new direction. Malik released his first solo single last week. Grammy winners Lady Antebellum and the Zac Brown Band were part of this weekend's musical wind-up to tonight's NCAA final. The stars performed in the Capital One Jam Fest in Indianapolis. That capped off 3 days of free concerts. College basketball's national champion will be crowned tonight.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
One half of the classic Laverne and Shirley duo has written an autobiography. In Shirley I Jest, Cindy Williams, who played Shirley Feeney on the 70s comedy, tells all about what it was like to be Shirley. She also reveals why she left the show. The book arrives on store shelves next month. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Don Champion, CBS News, New York.
Easter Sunday is over, but the First Family kept the fun rolling this morning. President Obama and the First Lady hosting the annual White House Easter egg roll. That is year 137 for that event, over a century old. This year's theme is Gimme 5 to mark the 5th anniversary of Michelle Obama's Let's Move initiative. More than 30,000 people from all 50 states attended the festivities on the South Lawn today. And the event featured live music, sports courts, cooking stations, storytelling, and of course, Easter eggs. I've caught several emails where friends have said my basement flooded over the weekend, like 2 or 3 feet of water. So, I mean, a lot of people had problems.
Yeah, a lot of people, Chris, doing a lot of cleanup, and we need some dry weather, and that is just not going to be the case at all.
You're exactly right, guys. We need to string together more than just 2 or 3 days in a row of completely dry weather. We need, honestly, about a week or two. That's just not in the cards over the next several days. If anything, we're going to get progressively wetter as the week wears on. Little look outside, courtesy of some of our live sky cams throughout the region. Upper 60s to around 70 into many areas with a hint of some hazy sunshine. A lot of clouds out there, but so far not a whole lot of rain showing up into central and eastern Kentucky. That's going to change up as we go through the next few hours. Beginning to pick up on some gusty winds. Just had a 24-mile-per-hour gust in Lexington. That's on the edge of some of those showers and storms that are lurking to our west and southwest. I'll show you how that increases coming up here in just a bit with the hour-by-hour forecast. Right now, let's see how the roads are shaping up. Here's Officer Don.
Got a collision involving 3 cars that's blocking the left lane of Nicholasville Road just past Man of War. So the back end starts at about the mall, and the best bet to get through there, of course, is the right lane that's outbound Nicholasville Road approaching Man of War. There's also a non-injury at Eastland and Fort Sumter. That one is not such a big deal to get past. Now back to you in the studio.
To become a WKYT Live driver and download the Waze app, go to WKYT.com. Under the News tab, click on Traffic for more information. An expensive donut and an animal adventure. It's the video that will have you talking. Take a look at this.
Okay, see if you can follow this. It has gold and it has diamonds, but no, it's not a piece of jewelry. This expensive creation that's smothered in chocolate is what could be Canada's most expensive donut. This masterpiece is made of 24-karat edible gold with edible diamonds and aged chocolate balsamic vinegar. That part I don't quite understand. It's infused with ice wine from a Canadian winery. And if you want the decadent donut, it'll cost you a cool $100. The makers crafted it for the grand reopening of a famous bakery in Vancouver. Enjoy that.
Well, some employees and customers at a Pennsylvania Burger King had a showdown with a swine. A worker showed up at the store and spotted something sitting near the employee entrance. As he got closer, he noticed it was a pig. Well, the pig took over the parking lot and even blocked doors at the times. The pig is actually someone's pet. It lives just down the street. Things got a little hairy, though, when a customer got too close.
I watched it happen right here. It was crazy. Like, the pig was really friendly. And she was like, hey, and the pig just kind of walked up to her and bit her right on the foot.
Well, eventually, Pennsylvania State Police and the pig's owners showed up to take the pig home.
Well,
Not
see,
a happy pig.
The pig didn't like the sign that said spicy bacon burger. He took offense to that.
Yeah, well,
if the pig can read.
He shouldn't go to Burger King then.
Guess not. Don't eat that bacon burger.
On that note, stick with us here.